Several years ago, I auditioned for a previous project of Damien's called The Ninth Circle.
Look, okay, I'll admit that there's a part of me that's kind of wants to see what all the fuss is about. But having said that, if we get into any trouble, you're taking the heat.
We started talking, and he liked my tape, but the movie didn't end up going through to production, and so we just kept in touch, and he kind of kept me in the loop. And then when Terrifier came around, he said, hey, I'd love if you would read for this instead. This is going to happen. The biggest similarity between myself and Tara is that Tara gets herself and Dawn into this mess purely because she has to pee.
I really have to pee. So go.
I've peed in some really strange places just out of necessity. And so I could see myself getting into this mess.
Just let her use the bathroom, for God's sake!
Tara's also very scrappy, which I like to see myself as. That really excited me, that she puts up a fight and she doesn't go down without one. My first impression of Art the Clown after reading the script was, damn, this dude's fucked up. Seeing him in person and seeing David embody him is a completely different experience, because David, he's done all this movement work and body work and is very physical, and he's played the Joker, which should tell you something right off the bat. Working with him being in character definitely made me uneasy at times. I mean, he's a dude in a clown suit. When he talks and when he's joking around, that kind of takes the fear away. David's not particularly frightening as a person.
My arm's actually getting tired.
I know, why are you holding those up? Oh, you have to?
Do I have to? Well...
But once he's in makeup and when he stops talking, then it's a lot creepier to be around him. In terms of the amount of violence in the script, I wasn't surprised necessarily when I first read it, because Damien is a sick individual, a wonderfully sick individual, and I was excited because I knew that it was going to be a lot of fun to shoot, and that there was going to be a lot of blood. Being tied up and tortured for hours is tough, which may surprise you. I didn't want to be untied in between takes. Like, I wanted to genuinely feel the fear of being at someone else's mercy, because there are a lot of people that have unfortunately actually been in those situations, and I almost feel as though I have to do justice to those people, people who have actually had the misfortune of enduring torture. It's very scary and does require a lot of trust, but it definitely also kind of helps me get there mentally if my body is experiencing something that intense. Beating Art up with a 2x4 was the best. That was just so much fun. I'm like screaming at him and getting to like unleash all of this energy, and a lot of the movie is us running away from him, and that's really the first time where she releases all this pent-up rage over what he's done to her and what he's put her best friend through, and that scene was definitely one of the most fun to shoot. In a real fight between Dave and I would definitely win. 100% I would win. Love him. He's great. It's not not hating on him at all, or his skills. I'm sure he's got some tricks up his sleeve, but if we fought, I would win. Without a doubt. Shooting my death scene was nuts. I've never had tubing run through my face, and and I had all these like bullet holes on my face, and it looked really cool. And Damien comes from a special effects background, and he's just a beast at that stuff. He's so good at that stuff. I mean, it's like art. You feel like you have art on your face. Like, I didn't want to ruin it. I have a lot of experience with dying. I die in almost everything that I do, but the hardest part is just keeping still afterwards, especially if the floor is very cold and you're in a small ladies' Halloween costume. I was more dreading being in the cold in a tiny costume more than anything else. But they made sure we had heaters and blankets, and Catherine and I cuddled as well, so that was helpful. The thing that made me nervous about shooting the death scene is that I did have a gun pointed at my face, but Damien, champ that he is, he let Art shoot it at him first, just so I could see that, you know, it's a safe environment. And again, I tried to use that to feel the fear of, oh, I'm about to die. I was not shocked that my character dies. I like the final girl trope in horror films, and I like when it's turned on its head, or when there's a twist thrown into it. And I like that my sister comes to save me. I like that there's a lot of camaraderie between women. You know, it's surprising that I die because I wanted to make it out, and I think hopefully some people will be rooting for Tara to make it out, but it's not surprising. I think it's or it is, but in a good way, in a fun way. I was more shocked when Art kills himself, because that really fucks with me, that he, after going through all of this, that his own life has no value, and he dies with the secret of why he's done all this to these women and to these people. And it's more disturbing to me that he has no motive. No one knows what he really wants. That's more twisted to me. And the shit on the walls, obviously, lest we forget the fecal portrait of Art's at the beginning. My favorite story was one day we were driving home from set. And keep in mind, our days were, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. They were nights. You're kind of losing your mind. You're not sure what's day and what's night. You're sleeping at weird hours. You're eating breakfast at dinner time. And we were all completely exhausted. Damien especially, because, he's been working up to this for years. And it's also cold, and so we're all very tired. So all of that is the context for this. One day, Phil, the producer, and Damien and myself were all driving home. And we stopped at a gas station. Phil gets out, and I don't know what triggered it, but Damien, who, keep in mind, has a very sick, depraved, strange mind, but he as a person is so kind and so sweet. And what happened was we stopped at this gas station, and all of a sudden Damien starts ranting about how much he loves hedgehogs and about how cute they are. And I'm pretty sure we looked up like pictures or gifs of them. But yeah, I could tell he had really lost it. Like, he was gone. He had checked out. This like twisted sick dude that was killing all these people has a love for hedgehogs. And I think that that's very special. I was happy to be a part of the whole thing. And I'm really, really happy that it's finally coming out and people can finally check it out and watch it. And I hope you enjoy it.